Welcome back, students. In the previous video, we discussed about different types of immunity system and what are the different types of cells which are involved in the immune system and how they are protecting our body from different types of parasites. So all these things we discussed yesterday, and a small topic we have to discuss today, that is transplantation. That is a transplantation. So as I told you that even anything which is entered in our body, that will be recognized by our body, and if it is good or even if it is bad, our body doesn't mind that. Our immune cells automatically they will recognize that as a foreign organism, and they try to kill it, or they will try to balance the effect of the foreign particle, whether even it is good or bad. So that's why we are facing some immunological reactions which are occur in our body. And as we discussed earlier, there are two types: the immediate response and the memory response. Immediate response means the first time if it is attacked, it will take some time to recognize the fingerprints or the footprints of the antigen, and it is body slowly makes antibodies to give the counteract of the antigens. But if the disease is again it is infected for the second time, by that time our body also contains already the memory cells. So it will recognize the footprint of the antigen, and it immediately activated and tries to neutralize the effect of the antigen. So that's why the second time we didn't feel that much difficulty, that much severity of the disease, because already we are having memory cells. So all these things are we discussed in the previous class. And what is cell mediated immunity and what is the humoral immunity? Humoral immunity means it is present, it is done with the help of antibodies which are already present in the humor, that is the fluids, and the main fluid here is the blood. And cell mediated immunity, that means here the important role was played by the T cell. The T cells have some receptors which will attract the antigens which are already scattered all around the blood. So all the antigen particles will be assembled at one place by the T cell. So now all are at one place. Now the B cell will immediately come, and it is easy for the B cell to attack the antigens. So this is cell mediated immunity. Here directly the cells are involving, but in the humoral immunity the proteins are involving, that is antibodies. And we know that we are having 5 types of antibodies: IgA, IgE, D, M, like that, IgG. So, and what are the differences between all these types? They are dimeric, trimeric, tetrameric and pentameric. That means if two molecules, antibody molecules comes together and they join with the help of sulfate bonds, and we are also called as disulfide bonds. That means in that one bond, 2 sulfate molecules will be there, sulfur molecules. So that is disulfide bond. So these are interacted by that. And if you take a single antibody molecule, we are having 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains. So this is about the overview of the previous classes. And now we will discuss about transplantation. See how important transplantation is and how useful it is. Now everyone has educated well, and they are trying to donate their organs once after their death, because those organs will save the lives of the another person. Nowadays what will happen? Even the heart transplantation, kidney transplantation, liver, eye, so many things are there. So what is the protocol they are following during the transplantation? For example, a person is affected with a disease, that means liver is not functional, so they has to transplant the liver. That means anyone can give the liver to him, anyone can donate. it is not possible, because before choosing a person, before choosing a donor, they will do multiple tests. First of all, blood group will be same, that is B positive or B negative, it should be completely same. And for the severe and for the more diagnosis, they will do tissue matching also. That means the protein structures which are present in the tissues, they will try to match that one also. Because if it is not matched, what will happen? During the transplantation, our body will recognize that part as a foreign particle, foreign material, and our immune system will boost up like anything, and our immune system will try to distract that organ, and during that war, even the person may die. During that war, the person even die. That much, within minutes, the immune reaction will be boosted up, and completely it leads to the death of a patient. That much important, the matching, tissue matching, blood group matching, all the precautions the doctors will take and before the process of organ transplantation. And they matched blood groups, they matched tissues, and even after that also, that transplanted person has to take the drugs. What is that? Immunosuppressants. Immunosuppressants they have to take. So what are those? Even they match the tissues, even they match the blood groups, they are taking immunosuppressant drugs, that because that much accurate, that much specific, and that much rapid actions was done by the immune system. So that to suppress the immune system and to protect that organ, we are taking immunosuppressants lifelong to suppress the immune reactions. See, that much accurate it is. This is about transplantation. Still we are having heart transplantation, and kidneys, liver, all this we can transplant. Okay, so these reactions, while the immune reactions which are causing during the transplantation process are known as graft rejections. Graft rejections. So what is a graft? The tissue or the organ here we are transplanting, that is a graft, and the graft is rejected by the body, by the immune system. So those rejection reactions are called as graft rejections. And this is about the process of transplantation. And now we will see types of immunity. There are two types of immunity. First one is active immunity. First one is active immunity, and the second one is passive immunity. Passive immunity. See, it very simple. The difference between active and passive immunities are very simple. Active immunity means whenever the pathogen enters into the host, then the host immune system starts developing the antibodies against the antigen. So that is active immunity. That means this is a slow process, because first of all pathogen has to enter inside the body, and after that the pathogen is increasing its population. It will take some days. That's why if you observe the COVID-19, it is taking 14 days or 10 days like that, because immediately after entering it is not causing disease, because at the time of entry its population is very less. So the parasite first tries to increase its population in the host body, and then slowly the immune system, our immune system will recognize the host, the parasite antigens, and try to neutralize the effect. And during that war, if the population of the parasite is more, it will dominate the immune system, and finally it will cause the disease. Unless until if the immune system is stronger, it will kill the pathogens and we are not feeling any symptoms. So during that war, whichever is dominate, that will appear outside. Okay, that is active immunity. It is only active when a parasite or pathogen enter in our body, in the body of a host, and this is a slow process. And what is passive immunity? Passive immunity means direct injection of, it is known as direct injection of antibodies, directly injecting antibodies in the body. But here, when pathogen enters inside the body, enters inside the host, see here, passive, difference between passive and active immunity. I will tell you in which cases the direct injection of antibodies takes place. A first example, through, yesterday we discussed this one, through colostrum. What is colostrum? The initial days milk which is started by the lactating mother, first 3 days or first 7 days, that milk is light yellowish in color. So that milk is very important for the baby to develop the immune system of the baby. So why? Because through this colostrum, IgA type of antibodies will come to the baby directly through the milk. So that's why doctors suggest that the mother feeding is very best, and it is very useful for the baby to develop the immune system. And again, some antibodies will pass from mother to baby through placenta. So these are the different types of antibodies that are directly injecting into the body, that will helpful for the boosting up of immune system. Okay, this is the differences between active immunity and passive immunity. And now we will discuss about the most important aspects which are the world is revolving around that. That is, now so many countries are in need of vaccine. So we will know about the process of vaccination and immunization. So what are these? See here, one interesting fact I can share with you guys. To develop a vaccine for any kind of disease, either it is a bacterial disease, either it is a viral disease, it is a fungal or any other disease, if you want to develop a vaccine, it will take minimum 6 to 10 years to develop a perfect vaccine. But in the case of COVID-19, the scientists brought the vaccine into existence within 1 year after the outbreak of the virus. See how much hard they worked, and what are the most exaggerative contributions done by them. 8 years work they were done in the span of 1 year. That is the greatness of the scientists. We have to appreciate them in this case. Within 1 year they brought the vaccine. See, 8 years or 10 years work they were done in 1 year. So that is the importance, and that is the importance of hard work. If you do hard work, you can do anything. You can achieve anything. So here, what is the principle that is which is laid behind the process of vaccination in the discovery of vaccine? Here, I will tell you only simple concept, that is memory. The concept of memory they will use. So what it is, I will explain. For example, this is a human body. During that vaccine, for example, we will take the disease COVID-19. So while preparing the vaccine, for this disease, they will take the coronavirus. For example, this is a coronavirus, and they will try to kill or attenuated. They will attenuate that virus. On the vaccine bottle, you can see whole virus particle or attenuated vaccine. We can see on the veil. What is attenuation? That means this is a disease causing coronavirus, and in the process of attenuation, it loses the ability of causing disease. That means they will heat kill it, or they will modify, they will remove the spike proteins here, which are very important for causing the disease. So finally the outcome is it cannot cause the disease. It cannot cause the disease. So like that they will modify that one, and in that vaccine they will inject a person. So what will happen? This is the foreign particle, and our body recognizes something entered in our body, and our body slowly starts preparing the antibodies against that. See, this is an antigen. Virus is an antigen. While due to the entry of the antigen, our body immune system will be activated, and they will start the preparation of antibodies. So why they are doing? For example, if at any time, if real coronavirus will enter, if real virus enters into the human body, automatically the prepared antibodies will kill that virus. Getting my point? This is the process of vaccination. That's why we are taking vaccines. Immediately after entering the real virus, automatically the antibodies which are prepared in the body, they will react and they will try to kill the real virus. It is a very rapid process. If we do not take the vaccine, in our body we didn't have the antibodies. So, and the body will take some days for the preparation of the antibodies. So as a result of that, in our body, the coronavirus particles or population will be increased. So when antibodies are prepared, antibodies population is very less and the virus population is more. So automatically the victory goes towards the virus particles. So they will dominate in our body, and they try to take the control over the body and causes the most severe symptoms. So that's why everyone, I will suggest you take the eligible persons to take the vaccines, because it will protect us somewhat. If you take the vaccine, it will protect you at least from the hospitalization. Virus will come, it will attack, but the severity is very less. It will protect from death to hospitalization, or from hospitalization to home isolation. See, this is the importance of a vaccine. And what is immunization? Immunization is nothing but to boost up your immunity. That means from childhood onwards, we are taking 7 to 8 vaccines for different diseases. So what are those? Those are nothing but the attenuated or killed virus, to provide a footprint in our body, so that our immune system will prepare the antibodies and make it ready for the war. So whenever the particles will enter, real particles will enter these antibodies, immediately they will eliminate the virus population. So immediately after entry, for example, the virus particles are 10 and already we have antibodies 15. So our body is in dominant. So it will easily eliminate the virus particles. But if you didn't take the vaccine, the viral population will be 100 and For the preparation of the antibodies, it will take some time, and the number will be 50. So virus population will be on the dominant side, and the victory goes towards that. And finally, we are facing severe symptoms. And one more technology, rDNA technology. So what it is? Recombinant DNA technology. rDNA technology. Recombinant. R means recombinant. Recombinant. So what it is? Recombinant technology means, for example, this is a coronavirus, and this is the genetic material of that. So scientists will observe which part of the genetic material is causing the disease. So for example, this region is causing the disease. So what they will do, they will take out this particle and they will try to modify that one. For example, here ATGC sequence is there. ATGC sequence is there. So the scientists here, for example, this is the sequence, and this sequence is causing the disease. So they will modify, either they will modify the gene, and that against that gene they will introduce the modified gene into a yeast or bacteria. So this is the bacterial genome, and they will inject this sequence here. And as a result, what will happen? Normally the bacteria is multiplied. By that multiplication, the viral genome will also be multiplied. So as a result of that, the opponent DNA is prepared. So if you inject that one, when the virus particle enter, this opponent DNA will damage this virus particle. So this is also a process. Recombinant, we are changing the sequence and make them safer. So this is the recombinant DNA technology. And one of the important vaccines, hepatitis B, that is also caused by virus. Hepatitis B vaccine was prepared by using yeast. So these are the different types of vaccines: rDNA technology, or attenuated vaccines, or heat-killed vaccine. Whole virion particle they can take as a vaccine. So these are the different types of vaccines and process of immunization. So what is the immunization process? It is a prolonged process, lifelong process. We have to immunize ourselves from different types of diseases by boosting up our immunity. Okay, now we will see another important topic. So what is that topic? Allergies. That topic is allergies. So what are allergies? It is nothing but, for example, if you are walking in a garden, or if you entered in a new place, suddenly what will happen? You got so many sneezes, and the nose will become loose, and fluid will come outside, and eyes will be itching, burning sensation, and water will come from the eyes suddenly. We don't know, nothing is there, we can't see anything, but what it is happening, how it is happening, we didn't know. Because, for example, you entered in a garden, there are so many plants are there. So that plants already they release the pollen grains and spores are present. Fungi, they reproduce asexually, and spore formation takes place. So all are present at that place in the atmosphere. When you entered into that atmosphere, all this will go into the nose. So here in the nose we have nasal epithelium that is very sensitive. So all these particles will go and struck towards nasal epithelium. So as a result of that, immediately antibodies like IgE antibodies will release, and some chemicals are which are known as histamine, serotonin. These chemicals will release, and why they are releasing? They try to eliminate the harmful effect of these particles. So that's why they are releasing, and they will cause immediately sneezes, cough, running nose, burning of eyes. So many things they will happen. So to prevent that one, to prevent from the allergies, we will take antihistamine drugs, antihistamine drugs, and anti-adrenaline drugs also, adrenaline drugs, to prevent the allergy. If the allergic symptoms are becoming more severe, then we can take these drugs, antihistamine drugs, anti-adrenaline drugs, because they will stop the passage of the anti-adrenaline. It will stop the passage of transfer of messages from one place to another place. So as a result of that, we stop the release of chemicals. So these are the allergies. Nowadays, what will happen? All the children are getting dust allergies. So many children are affected with the asthma. So why it is happening? Because sometimes we are growing in the more clean environment. That is also not good. Slowly we have to expose to some dust particles also. Because the children which are growing in ACs continuous, they are not going outside, and they are not exposed to anything in the atmosphere, in the environment. If suddenly they will expose, they will cause some symptoms of the allergies, like it will lead to asthma also. I will share you an example with you. We will compare the sanitizing workers, and we will compare the rich kids. They are always they are in the buildings, they are in the ACs, the glass doors, everything. But the sanitized workers, they are very prone to different diseases, different parasites. Municipal workers also, they are directly they are taking the garbage. So many bacteria, so many fungi, all are there. But if you observe these two candidates during the COVID-19, most of the rich persons were died. But the sanitation workers, the death rate is very low, because every day they are exposed to different types of diseases, different types of pathogens. So that as a result of that, what will happen? Their bodies slowly develop some immune system against those pathogens. So even those parasites enters in their body, their immune system is very strong, and the pathogen cannot dominate the immune system here. But in the rich kids and the persons who are always in the good environment, suddenly what will happen? The parasite came, and in this body, in the person body, there is no antibodies. So the virus or the pathogen population domination is more, and as a result of that, he cannot do anything. Immune system is very weak. Understand? So this is one example, and I will tell you again one example. We will compare the two persons who is always drinking the mineral water, who is always drinking municipal water. The person who is drinking the municipal water, wherever he will go, for example, one state to another state, they have to drink different waters, because the water change will happen. Nothing will happen to this person, because already some antibodies are prepared, because some bacteria are there in the water. So nothing will happen even if he changes the water. But the person who is always drinking the mineral water, for example, mineral water is not available and he has to take the municipal water, immediately within 2 or 3 days he will suffer from stomach pain and amoebiasis, because no antibodies is there in this person. So his immune system is very weak regarding that. So immediately he will develop a disease. So that is important things which are we have to expose to some pathogens at slightly. then our immune system will naturally it will develop. No need to take any drugs from outside. Okay, this is about allergies, and the main important antibodies which are responsive in the case of allergies are IgE antibodies. And again, one more concept, a small concept we will discuss here, that is autoimmunity. That is autoimmunity. So what is autoimmunity? Autoimmunity. This is a very interesting case. That means here, in this case, our cell, our body will recognize our own cells as a foreign material at some times. Did you understand or not? Our body sometimes recognizes our own cells, our own chemicals as a foreign material. So as a result of that, this organ or this cell try to develop an immune system against this particle and try to kill that one or try to neutralize that one. During that war, even this cell may die in our body. So that is autoimmune disorder. The important example or the important disease, that is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis. In this, some chemicals will be released by our body, and those chemicals will recognize as a foreign body by our own body and try to destroy those. So as a result of that, we will develop a severe symptoms of the disease, rheumatoid arthritis. Nothing is a very simple concept. Our body recognize our own materials as a foreign particles at some times, not always. So that disorder is known as autoimmune disorder. Okay, these are the different concepts we will understand in this topic. If you have any doubts, you can text me. I will try to clarify your doubts at any time. Okay, in the next video, we will see human immune system, what are the organs present and how they are help to improve our immunity, to boost up our immunity, and which organs will release which type of cells, which type of proteins to participate in the process of immunological reactions. So those things we will discuss in the next video. Unless until you prepare these things, and if you have any doubts, you can ask us. Thank you so much.